Hi everybody, Mark here from Holland Home Leisure. Another sunny Sunday morning in Nova Scotia. Wow, another week. So I believe this will be my third Sunday video. And wow, where to start? How things change so fast. So where I'm going to start is my staff. I don't know if you guys have seen the lip sync mashup our staff put together as a thank you for the first responders and everybody on the front line that is living this in a very different reality than those of us that are at home dealing with that reality. So we're super proud of our staff for what they put together there, and for continuing to work hard. Our customers, thank you. I've been asking people to consider placing online orders so we can get things starting to move. That's working, and it's really appreciated. Wow, like we're a few more sunny days and some people are going to be swimming. So today I have a few major announcements that I'm ready to share, and the first one is if I go back to the first video I did, I said that we were planning at a level that the stores don't open until July. Well, tomorrow we're going to begin the next phase of rolling that out. So where we've landed with this is that the core principle is come up with a model that's employee safety first, because if you don't do that, you're going to get it. Is kind of how I believe it. Our business, the next few months are so important. Without our staff, we can't do it, and we owe it to them to make it a safe place. So for the month of May, the New Minas store is not going to be open as it once was. June, it's very likely that's the same thing. I'm only going to say for May right now, just trying to keep a little bit of reasonableness and flexibility I don't know how things play out, but if I had to guess, I think that the model we're about to go into, I think lasts the better part of the season. And it is a showroom closed model. We started with a water test by test strip process. With our new model, we will be back to testing water. We'll let you know when we're ready to roll that out. It's not right away. It's not going to be the first thing that happens, because we're not going to start that if our region is in the peak. But for when we are able to do that, what we're going to have is a completely new operating model. And if anybody remembers Consumers Distributing, how that worked, it's going to be a little bit like that. There's some spots that we're just not going to be able to do to provide the same level of service that we did in the past, and we'll get back there when things get back to normal. But for this round, we've developed an entire process that allows you to pull into our parking lot, come into an isolated booth inside the building, talk to somebody, pour your water through, and go back to your car, and then wait for the next step. Or if you want the next step to happen from home, you can head home. And if you don't want to come in and you just want to do everything online and don't have a water test, that's fine too. So what we're doing, and any business owners that are struggling with how to come up with a safe place for their staff, if you want to reach out, I'd be willing to share a little bit of what we've come up with. But essentially, our New Minas showroom is a fairly large space. We're flipping it into a fulfillment center. So if you think about hot tubs, they safely stack 3 high, so boom, 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 that opens up floor space. And we're literally going to pack things up and flip it into look a lot like a warehouse and a fulfillment center. And in there, we'll have 2 completely isolated pick lines, so that when an order is placed, whether it's online, over the phone, or someone that comes to the store with their water test, it's going to print out, and if it's a day that we're open, it's immediately going to be picked. And if you're there waiting for your product, we'll call you once it's ready to be put in the trunk of your car. Our model before has always been one person deals with the customer from when they come in to loading things in the back of their car, and it was that one touch point. This model, to do it safely, you may laugh, it takes 6 people now for an interaction with every customer in this model. And with that, it gives us the flexibility that we've got some people that are going to be able to work from home throughout this. And we also have it so that no staff is coming in contact with other staff within the safe distancing. So it's going to cost a chunk of money to build it. It's going to cost way more in terms of to do this because of 6 people. But at the core of, if employee safety is first, this is the way to go. And for us, we don't have the luxury of waiting a month to see what happens, because we have to get ready for that now. So right down to, we're designing our own little mini pallets and crates so that we're limiting any contact from one person to another and putting a forklift in the middle and things like that. So it's going to be pretty neat. I'm proud of what we've come up with. I think it's going to be the best model in the country, honestly, and I think it's going to be the safest one. And it's going to come at a real cost to us in terms of that it takes 6 people to do what one person did, and it's going to come at a cost to our customers in terms of things like asking. Normally, someone would bring their pump in and say, I need new pump seal, and great. A few years ago, we added a service where we had someone right in the store that we could do that. At this point, we're not going to be able to offer that service. If someone who needs a pump seal, the options will be limited to buy a new pump seal, do it yourself, buy a new pump, or book a service call that one of our techs comes out. But we're not allowing any contact of a product from outside the store to make it inside the store. That's going to go with cash as well. So this will allow us to make it a safe place. And when you get to these nice days, a little warmer than this, a few months down the road, I think that us being open and in business and able to make sure people's pool and hot tub water is safe and swimmable and usable, I think that that's the best for everyone. So one of the real sacrifices that comes with this is we run 2 retail stores, one in New Minas and one in Aylesford. The Aylesford store we're not reopening at this time, and even this model is not going to be available at that store. Realistically, I put it at a 1% chance that store gets opened up this year, and that's the real price of what we're dealing with here. And to the customers that have gone in there, I apologize. It's a half-hour drive to get to New Minas, or we have delivery options available. But going back to the core of how do you make it a safe place, we couldn't figure out how to do that. And then mix in our service and construction works out of that building. And a few years ago, we renovated to make it shared workspaces. So 2 people work in one space and 2 people work in one space. And that's been tremendous in terms of communication and just the ability for us to do a good job. Well, that model doesn't work now. It's the complete opposite of what works. So we need the space of the Aylesford store to give service and construction an opportunity to set up an office system that's going to work. And it hurts, it stings that store is, we were ready to go. Last year we did major renovations and it's beautiful. And now what we're looking at is, okay, how much of the shelving that's in that store do we need to take out and get to the New Minas store to set it up as a fulfillment center? And these are all the steps that it takes for a small business to operate. Our online store, poolsuppliesnovascotia.pro, we're working to get everything on there. We've got lots and lots of things on there, and someone who has any challenges navigating through, we've implemented a system where you can call the store at 681-3030, speak with one of our sales, they're not salespeople, they're our team, but speak with someone on our team, and they can actually load the cart, email it to you, and you click through to fulfill it and say if you're picking it up or if you want us to deliver it. So these things are major initiatives. I don't know exactly when we'll actually take water. It's going to be a little while, but this is the process, this is the decision, this is the route that we're going. And the people at Inconveniences, I apologize. The people that don't have a cell phone, we're going to need you to call from home, because when you get to our store, it requires a cell phone to interact with us. Again, the employee safety first piece. That's where we've landed. So if that's you, that you don't have a cell phone, please be sure to call from home, and someone will help you from there. And we'll have to use the picture of a test strip for your water, or someone coming in for you. So we'll have more information coming out on this as we roll things out. But I wanted to at least let people know that we will be back to testing water with water in pool season. I'm just not committing to exactly what day that's going to happen. And then, as I said, for the customers that normally come into our Aylesford store, again, I apologize for the inconvenience that it's not going to be open. It's not a pickup spot. It's a service and construction office, and that's for the safety of our staff. I do ask you, please, to do your best to continue to support us, either with the Drive to Minus or our delivery options. A $200 order and you're free delivery here anyway, so would sure appreciate your continued support. I've talked a little bit about the wage subsidy information that's coming out from the government. So yesterday they made changes. It still doesn't look like we qualify there, unfortunately. So we're struggling to figure out exactly how many staff to hire. We normally hire a half a dozen university students to help us, and that number is very much up in the air. There will be a few of those jobs for sure, but it's not going to be the same. And then mix in the reality that anyone that shows a symptom, they're going to be out for 14 days. So please be patient with us. This is going to be incredibly difficult. Service and construction. So far, what we've been doing with service is just reaching out to people that we opened their pools, asking if you're still looking for us to do it. We're still sorting out how. And here's a neat little complication that you may not have thought of. A service crew that normally goes to open 6 or 8 pools in the day, and this would be countrywide, kind of the norm for most service businesses. Public washrooms at gas stations and restaurants and things like that are the primary facilities that this type of job uses. Those aren't open. So something as simple as how do we then make it safe for our techs? We're still figuring that out. I've seen a couple options from people across the country. Nothing that I'm willing to implement, but we'll figure that out. Step 1 was figure out retail, then figure out service, then figure out construction. That's the process. And grow a beard. These weekly videos shows me how much I age every week too. Well, so with that and opening pools, our pool opening seminar was scheduled for a few weeks out, and we moved it up that tomorrow night, April 13th, we're doing an online pool opening seminar. This is going to be for above ground pools only. Above ground pools and in-ground pools, it's a different process, and where we're doing it online, we decided to split it up. So Monday night, the 13th, is going to be above ground pools. Tuesday, the 14th, is in-ground pools. They're both at 7 p.m. Go to our website or our Facebook, or sign up for our emails. This is how we're communicating with people to say these things. All the login information is there. During those times, our staff are going to be available to respond to questions by type and also by phone if you call in. And during the live show, there will be sales available. We always did a sale for the people that came in to the opening seminar. So only if you watch live will you be available to get the sales. So tune in. It's going to be at 7 p.m. both nights. Our staff's doing a great job putting that together. And well, happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter. Wow. One of the most important days in the religious calendar, and here it is. And I'm glad that it's a sunny day for everyone to find the new way to celebrate with those under their roof, and not the extended family. Thank you again for your support, and have a nice day. I'll talk to you again next week. Bye-bye.